In 1999, Valve made an amazing game called Half-Life with an intricate storyline about how a mishap at a science lab leads to an alien invasion on Earth. Soon after the release, two young men created a mod for the game called Counter-Strike, which turned the concept of humans versus aliens into counter-terrorists versus terrorists. And it blew up. Counter-Strike became so popular that Valve decided to bring these gentlemen in and create a full-fledged game out of it. Over the course of time, they perfected the game and released what we now know as Counter-Strike 1.6. It was the perfect game that took the esports world by storm. There weren't just one or two regions playing it, but literally the entire world that seemed to be interested in it. The game was so simple that it took a 5-year-old kid just 5 minutes to understand what it was about. Yet the skill ceiling was so high that it was virtually impossible to master it. Because, well, there'd always be someone who was better than you. As a product, there were several things that made it successful. Fluid mechanics made the game feel good, crisp gameplay that rewarded skilled players, and the tactical approach that always kept the meta fresh. Counter-Strike did not take long to become one of the world's first truly global esports.
Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge here in Kiev, a great performance.
You didn't need to put in a lot of hours just to understand the basic fundamentals of the game, but mastering it of course was another story. The skill curve for CS was not as steep as the other games though. While the esports side of CS was certainly exciting, it had other stuff to offer, all thanks to the fact that it was a very community friendly game. People designed new maps, new skins, new fun game modes, and Valve was very receptive to all of this. In fact, they streamlined and made all these things official and regulated them when they launched CSGO. More than being just fun to play, it was also a fun game to watch. For someone who's completely new to video games, or if you're just a pesky old boomer like myself, CS is a simple game to watch. You see a gun on the screen, you see people shooting each other with it, and that's one of the reasons why CS started raking in higher viewership numbers. Over the last 2 decades, the game turned into somewhat of a legacy, which spawned a whole new bunch of fans. Now the people don't just tune in to watch the games, they tune in to watch their favorite player or team perform. It spawned an entire industry around itself.
There we go. 15 to 14. These rounds have been so
Tournament organizers like ESL, StarLadder and MLG all wanted a piece of the action. Several job descriptions which never really existed before rose up to make CSGO even more interesting. Third-party platform providers like ESEA and Faceit, production and broadcasting agencies, talent and commentators, photographers, league ops crew, observers, admins, ticketing agencies, all of these things rose along with CS and built what we know as the CSGO esports ecosystem. But hold up, this stuff didn't just happen for CS, it happened for pretty much every other game as the esports industry grew. So then, what is it that made Counter-Strike so special? Well, one reason is that it was able to achieve all of this even when the developer of the game, Valve, was not paying as much attention to it. It's not like CS was dying, it's just that it was stagnated. Valve was paying a lot more attention to Dota 2, where it would bring in new skins, cases, passes, battle passes, extra missions and whatnot every few weeks. The Dota 2 players have been very happy with the amount of effort Valve was putting into their game. Let's not forget that Dota also has the International, the most prestigious tournament in that circuit, which offers prize pools of over $25 million today. The majority of this amount was crowdfunded because Valve sold items that would directly contribute to the prize pool. Compared to 25 million, CSGO had tournaments that boasted of only $500,000 as prize pools, and well, $1 million prize pools would be incredibly rare. Other games like League of Legends, Overwatch and Call of Duty were also being pushed heavily by their developers. They were actively trying to build an esports scene outside of the game, trying to attract sponsors to pour in more money by working on exciting new ways to monetize it through means such as franchising, merchandise and more. CSGO never had any of this. Valve did receive quite a bit of hate for neglecting CSGO.
Valve, please fix.
But off late, they've been doing things to keep the meta fresh. Things like nerfing or buffing weapons or changes to the economy system. Even after all the hardships that this game has been through, it's been around for a good 2 decades, it has loyal fans, and it most recently breached the mark for becoming the highest played game on Steam, crossing 900,000 concurrent players. Viewership for CSGO majors is also doing pretty well. Most games die out without the continued support and nourishment of its developers, but Counter-Strike survived without it. It's the neglected child that's forced to pay its own rent, and while games come and games go, CS has been around forever and will be around for a long time. Thanks for watching, guys. If you agree with us and think that CSGO is the best esport game ever to have grey star presence, leave a comment below and let us know why. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to hit the like button as well. This is CloudX going AFK for now. See you later.